Napoleon. Now, I'm pretty sure you've heard that name before.
Tout divin, je me perds dans tes yeux, je me noie.
But what if I tell you that there was another man who came right after him, pause, and ruled Europe for double the time, but you've got no clue who he is? What's good, everybody? I'm TKC, you're watching WaffleInnit, and today I will tell you about Lorenzo von Matterhorn. No, sorry, I mean Clemens von Metternich, also known as Prince Metternich. Now, who was Metternich, also known as the Godfather of the 19th century Europe? Born to Austrian nobility in 1773, Metternich grew up in the height of the Enlightenment, where thinkers like Voltaire and Rousseau were undermining the old order. These intellectuals mocked kings, priests, championing reason, liberty, and the rights of man. And while these ideas inspired revolutions and change, for Metternich, they seemed to represent chaos. He was determined to preserve the stability, hierarchy, and tradition in Europe that seemed ready to collapse under its own revolutionary energy. Fast forward to Napoleon's defeat in 1814. Europe was a mess. Borders shattered, monarchies toppled, armies exhausted. Enter the Congress of Vienna, chaired by none other than our boy Metternich. Imagine the Avengers assembling, but instead of superheroes, it was kings, ministers, and diplomats. And instead of saving the world, they were redrawing it. Metternich presided like a master conductor, making sure Austria stayed in the heart of Europe's balance of power. His system was simple, yet genius. Keep France in check without humiliating it, restore monarchies wherever possible, and to build a balance of power where no single state, especially France or Russia, could dominate. This became the concert of Europe. I know, sounds cheesy. A diplomatic alliance designed to keep the peace. And for a while, it worked. For decades, Europe avoided another continent-wide war. And as Metternich once quipped, when France sneezes, Europe catches a cold. And under his watch, he made sure no one was sneezing too loudly. But Metternich wasn't just drawing maps. He was clamping down ideas. Liberalism, nationalism, democracy. To him, these were dangerous diseases. Across the German Confederation, he imposed censorship, suppressed student movements, and cracked down on national societies. He believed that if people were allowed too much freedom, chaos would follow. Another French Revolution, another Napoleon. Italy too faced the same hand. Revolutionaries dreaming of unification were silenced, their uprisings crushed by Metternich's Austrian troops. In sense, he became Europe's conservative firewall, blocking the revolutionary flames from spreading. And for a time, it worked. While poets, students, and thinkers whispered about liberty and unity, Metternich's order kept the kings in their thrones. He was the ultimate fixer, the godfather of Europe, pulling the strings in smoky rooms, ensuring stability while keeping the dreamers at bay. But the Enlightenment genie couldn't be stuffed back into the bottle forever. The very ideas Voltaire and Rousseau had unleashed kept growing, fueling nationalism in Italy and Germany, and the liberal demands in France. By 1840s, cracks were showing. Industrialization had changed societies. Middle classes were rising, and ordinary people demanded representation. Then came 1848, the year of revolutions. Uprisings erupted across Europe like wildfire. Paris, Vienna, Berlin, Milan, the people rose, demanding rights, constitutions, and unity. The Metternich system collapsed almost overnight. In Vienna, the city boiled over, and the old prince, once the godfather of Europe, had to flee disguised in plain clothes, slipping away like a shadow. His carefully built order, which had held for decades, was swept aside in months. By the time he died in 1859, Europe was already moving towards the future he had spent his life trying to prevent. Italy and Germany were marching towards unification. Nationalism was unstoppable, and liberal ideas had broken through. Metternich, for all his brilliance, had been overtaken by history. And yet, here's the thing. While Napoleon dominated headlines and memes, Metternich actually ruled Europe for twice as long. When Napoleon's empire lasted a little more than a decade, Metternich's system of order kept Europe under his influence for nearly 30 years. He wasn't flashy, he wasn't worshipped, but he was the ultimate survivor, a quiet diplomat who shaped a continent more profoundly than most remember. So, next time you think about Europe in the 19th century, you don't just picture Napoleon on horseback. Picture Metternich too, the man behind the scenes, the godfather of Europe, who held the continent together with diplomacy, censorship, and sheer stubbornness. His rise and fall is a reminder that even the best built system eventually crumble when ideas prove stronger than the repression. Thank you everybody. I've been TKC and I hope you've enjoyed this video. Peace.